Hello there, Inspired Tenno. So let's talk Trinity. Is she overpowered? Yes, she is. I think that she actually is. She's a great frame anyways. She's available right now unvaulted from the Primed Resurgence event, and because of this I think that a lot of you have had the ability to farm her recently, and also if you haven't yet you might be wondering, well, is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. Trinity is an insane support and she's also one of the tankiest frames in the game, so even if you're not playing her in a squad, even though she's a dedicated support frame, she's still very powerful. I have a build today that's specifically built to be sort of a hybrid between a support and a damage dealing carry. So let's go ahead and have a look at that. So we want to go ahead and jump in game. Here we go. Alright, now I'm probably gonna cut this out anyways, but if I don't, then you will never know. Alright, where is it? Here. So I call this build the Combat Medic. As I just said, Trinity has always been a great support. She's always been a great healer and a tank. And what's great about her is that her tankiness comes from her 4 and somewhat from her 3 as well. When these two combined, you have 75% damage reduction of your 25% remaining damage taken. So you have two 75% damage reduction coming in at the same time. On top of that, you can run adaptation on her, which will reduce incoming damage by 90%, and that stacks with everything. And by the way, this is all damage reduction, which means that it works in shields as well. And then Arcane Guardian, this will give you armor, which is more damage reduction, only on your health, but still 900 armor is nothing to scoff at. The way that this build works is that it's centered around her second ability a little bit. It's not quite energy vampire kind of important, but it can supply your your allies with that little bit of extra energy that they sometimes will need. But mainly what we want to use is Blessing. This ability in of itself is great, 75% damage reduction to all of your allies, and this is within your affinity range, which means that even if you completely drop all of your range, you will still be able to hit your allies with this consistently. As long as you're within the range where you share XP, you will also hit them with this ability. Now, what pushes Trinity over the edge and makes her the best support frame in the game by like a mile is this new augment that she's just got, and it's called Champion's Blessing. It's an hexagon from the future. I'm giving away 2 Champion's Blessings. Just make sure to like the video and tell me how much you want them down in the description, and I'll be down in the comments, and I'll be sure that you get one. And I have to admit, I was one of those people who slept on this a little bit when it first came out. For each percentage of health you heal, you will get that amount of critical chance for your secondary and primary weapon. Okay, and it's healed on allies, so you are your own ally. You count as an ally, by the way. Very important. I looked at this and I thought, well, whatever, right? But then I looked at it again and I was like 350% critical chance to both secondary and primary weapons. That's actually insane. That's actually so insane. If we go ahead and look at this cool Brahma right here, I use, where's my critical mods? Point strike here. So that's 150%. And then I have this ribbon as well, just to boost my critical chance also. So this one augment mod give me more critical chance than both of my critical mods in my actual weapon. Think about how insane that is. The reason, also I will mention that this build here, yes, it can be used for solo play, but it has something like combat discipline, which means that whenever you take damage, when you kill something, you take damage, and then you heal your allies. And of course this is used to set off a Champion's Blessing, but it's just a nice passive heal for your allies, as this damage that you take is reducible by armor and other damage reductions, while they will always receive the full 20 health. This build is not meant to be played solo. It can be played solo and it can be very successful at that. I have been able to run endurance runs in the Steel Path, which I'll show you here in a minute. for your skill tree, you will be using the Onaro focus, and the main reason why you want to do this is because it has some really nice buffs to your dash. You know, you have Sundering Dash, and you have Crippling Dash. So dashing through something like a bombard will make it significantly easier for your carry or yourself to kill them. And also, you know, being able to just, you know, this is just a nice bonus because you are dashing through them anyways. It's nice to just reduce the damage by 50%. Is it really necessary? It's not, but it's nice to have. And for Frame, who doesn't really care about energy, since she has her second ability to replenish that, both for herself and her allies, this is such a great ability. I mean, this is you don't have to strip it off most enemies, but the ones you do, such as the Heavy Gunner or the, let's say, Nox, or whatever, right? You have this. Finally, you will need to equip a Adasa Kavat. You want to use this companion. Well, there are many options, but I think this fits her theme kind of nicely, because you have Cat Eyes. It grants increased critical strike, so even more critical strike chance for you and your allies. So now we can talk about Trinity's ability to actually deal damage. So right now I've gone ahead and I stacked her her additional critical chance up to the maximum, which is 350. Also, just a quick note, if you see up top, there's 8 seconds left now. If I use my ultimate ability, it refreshes with its full bonus, even though I didn't heal any health. So once you hit your cap, you can just use your ability once every, well, you should really activate it once it runs out down the bottom, because you want to make sure that your allies always have the damage reduction. But let's try and do some actual damage. These are Heavy Gunners, level 100 and AF 85. I'm struggling. And as you can see, these are not easy to kill normally, but look at this. That is powerful. You know, for a dedicated support character, this is some serious damage. And again, I don't know why I slapped on this, but this is 350% critical chance. Are you kidding me? That is so strong.